Vengeance. A quick recap of the rules here. Family members are only allowed to join. Relationships are fine too. Economy is slavery, primarily. No electricity and no enemy looting. The goals, of course, a shrine to grief and pirate bases must get destroyed. Alright, so last episode was... let me turn off dev mode there. Last episode was a bit of, let's just say it could have gone better. Basically, Randy decided that I should be afflicted with both plague and also flu at the same time, and that was not so cool. So what I'm going to do here is try to make an honest attempt at saving my dear sister, Yanshui, who I would prefer not to perish. So one way to do that would be to move the slaves to a different room, potentially the one adjacent because it is still secured, and then putting Yanshui here in this room to be isolated and frozen as long as I can, meaning that I have to get myself to a potential ancient danger. So between these two, this one looks huge. This one is far more viable, but time is ticking. Another thing I need to do is to keep my pets away from everything, basically, I think. So, let's see. Temp pets. They helped to sort of help. They helped rescue me in the sorts, but now they pose a threat to Yanshui, who is very much edible. So what I'm going to do right now, I do have some prisoners that are about to die. Oh, wow. He has mere seconds. Let's see. I have quite a lot of medical attention to administer, and Day is not doing it very, very quickly. Alright, Day, the first thing I want you to do is feed my prisoner. They are my economy. And then, Trek can't walk, can Leth walk? Leth can walk. Leth, I'm gonna have you tend to yourself. Pretty much, it's every man for himself, doctor-wise, which is unfortunate. I really wish that, it wasn't the case. So Klein asks, can we put Yanshui in a sarcophagus to the shrine to grief? Yes, but I'm going to see if I can't resurrect her first. I don't want to write her off entirely if it's possible that she is redeemed in some way. So Day is going to feed my prisoner before he perishes of malnutrition. That's really a terrible way to die. Can I do it in time? 98%, 99%? I think I have. Now, I'm going to start tending to the people that are bleeding first. This is indeed episode 3. Welcome to the terrible, terrible episode 3. Normally, my games don't go this far south this quickly. This is somewhat unique in that I had sort of a perfect storm of things. I had a whole bunch of sickness, so that I had a bunch of people basically unable to do sort of anything. They were all immediately disabled of sorts. And then right after that, I got into a fight with all of the Muffalo. Alright, so we're going to do allow fresh for corpses of human-likes that are colonists. Keeping her in here. Yeah, it was sort of the Mega Plague. It was not good. Let's see. Dogs. I want you to be able to eat rice. So your needs, your prisoners' needs, are back from the brink of malnutrition extinction, or death, as it were. Leth is still patching himself up. This is going to take a while. We have quite a lot of wounds and not a lot of good docs. But dog leather, you know, there's always the dog leather. So the clock is ticking. Basically, for her death, she has been dead less than a day, and the longer I wait, the worse it will get for her. I think what I could do is none of these pets yet can haul. So there's really not any point for them to be outside of my little building here. If you're wondering what happened to Yan Shui, she was stomped to death by Muffalo. At the moment, I am not really going to be able to do anything. Everyone is sort of in panic mode here. I think, in fact, I'm going to have to take a break from tending to Zero on Day just to have Day eat. I am running a relatively large risk of malnutrition and the like, because everyone's been fighting and exhausted and plague-ridden. Check Yan's storage zone, please. Okay, I can do that. Yan Shui. It is human corpse, stranger, or colonist only, critical, and fresh. It is correct. Alright, so what I need to do real quick here is to eat some food. Actually, Leth, you can... It's more important that the people that are standing eat food that provides some mood benefit, because without them, nothing gets done. Alright, so I am patching up Zero, and then I'm going to have Day dip to eat that fine meal that's laying out there. Yeah, potentially I could have a wild animal consume her, but my hands are just simply too tied at the moment for me to be able to do much more than this. So soon the malnourished is going to be gone and my mood will recover. Don't strip him. You will never clean? Okay. Chief, you need food. I will feed you. This is one badly, badly damaged colony in really every regard. The malnutrition of my prisoners are climbing. Klein, that is some pessimistic thinking. I think I'd be okay. I think I'll just have to play very, very carefully and attentively, and I should be okay. Alright, so Zero's needing some food. Leth is recovering. Friend and sister died. I think I'm not going to build the sarcophagus yet. That is a bit of a I give up, I have been defeated attitude there. Alright, so my prisoners, I have to find a place for them. I'm just going to put them here. Luckily for me, Clace here is unconscious. Alright, so what I'm going to do... Leth, could you start moving the beds? Let's see. Leth is also going to be my warden. Once they are in proper beds, my wounded here, Chief, Zero, they'll start healing quicker than laying on the floor. So that is important for me to do. And fast. So what I'm going to do is remove this, turn this into a hospital, and then start putting my prisoners next door. Yes, I do see that there are weapons. I am not blind to that. Zero. Can haul the recurve out. Alright, so they are all standing. I don't even care where they go right now. I just want them out of this room. And then I can... Okay. Then I'll be able to turn and convert the ice room back to ice. So, let's get working on that. Trek is not able to stand. The awful pistol is not against the rules. It was not a raider's weapon. So it is fair game. I can't loot raiders, but that was not ever a raider weapon. That was my weapon, in fact. Alright, so Zero and Trek, or Zero and Day are moving the last of the beds. And then I'll be able to break down the torch lamp and keep Yanshui under lock and key. I'm gonna rescue Trek, and then I can move the bed. It's been a tough day, and mental breaks are gonna be a problem, I am sure. The best thing I could do right now is to start healing up as fast as I can. And to get Tony the hell out of here. I don't know why I haven't moved Tony. Stupid Muffalo. That's all I'm gonna say. Alright, so taking a look at my health. Zero. You need to eat some food. Probably everyone does. Leth, eat some food. And Day, eat some food. The people that are on their feet need to keep moving so that I have a chance. Oh, Jesus. I have a chance to save others. So Tigress here is not a tribal relative or anything. Okay, Leth, take Tony out of there. Malnutrition of Trek is becoming intense. I think what I'm gonna do is, obviously I need to cook. Chief, I know I would like for you to recover, but I'm going to need to have you butcher and cook. There's really not an alternative here. Alright, let's haul Yanshui. And then, potentially, as crazy as it sounds, haul that prisoner. Alright, so what I'm going to do is turn this on and designate power using the magical ice box to keep the sister alive. And let me try to answer some questions. So, am I going to dev mode her back to life? No, but I will try to save her in other more legitimate ways. Can we get Tony out of here already? Come on now. Alright, so this marble door can be left open. It's no longer a prison. Trek's being pieced together. His malnutrition is serious. Let's go ahead and have you feed him. Zero, you're going to refuel. What are the more legitimate ways? Well, there's only really one way to bring someone back to life, right? Alright, Clace died of malnutrition, but you know what? Okay, whatever. I just simply was stretched too thin. Resurrector Mech Serum is the way to do it. So right now, she is frozen, and therefore not decaying, which keeps her body fresh, and she won't end up being like a zombie when she's resurrected, if she's resurrected. It's a big if. Alright, Zero, you are all patched up, so what I want is Zero to be my Doctore, because everyone else, I think I only have one need for a bed. Everyone else needs a hospital. It is indeed the most intense start I've had to deal with in a long time. Normally I'm not squished this hard, I think is the most polite way to put it. Alright, let's clean up the prison a little bit. Let's make sure that we have a warden Leth for Tony. We already killed one that way. Chief is being patched together. So while Chief is being patched together, let's get anyone else cooking. I don't really care who else cooks. We just need food. Tony, Food restriction, all meal. I don't care what I feed him. He's chattel, so we got to keep him alive. There is a clock, a tight clock on this because of the battery power stored. It is September, but that doesn't mean that I have infinite time. I have a pretty dwindling amount of time. So what I'm trying to do is get everyone sort of healed up as fast as I can. Because that clock is ticking. Alright, so also, of course, there is my own moods, which is to not be underestimated. I need to make sure to limit the amount of mental breaks I have, because I really don't so much have the capacity to deal with much more mental breaks. You know what? Let's leave these until they're about to spoil, because that's probably better use of them. Alright, let's get a grave for our prisoner. Want to sleep with Day. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is owner. Day in 0. Get a bed. And then turn that into a hospital. And even though you want to sleep, whatever. At least your mood debuff is fixed. Alright. Leth decides to go berserk and knocks Tony out. Nice. I'm gonna just stay away from Leth for a bit. Oh, now he's bashing the puppies. I knew that some level of mental break was probably unavoidable, because this is a tough situation to be in, but at least there's no permanent damage. But he's just gonna keep... Oh! No, that's getting pretty permanent there. Gonna keep smashing the puppies until they're kibble. Wow. Leth actually took a little bit of damage. Alright, Day. All 3 puppies pretty much getting their tails docked. Solution. Let me see if I can't drop a wall here before Leth comes out. Nope. But I can do it here, though. Keep him out, keep him away. Yes, I don't know. I mean, it kind of sucks how penalized I feel like I've been, but I'm not a quitter. I play till the end. Even losses have stories, right? So I think the next big important thing for me to do is to prep. Wow, I have a construction of 0. To prep defenses for the Ancient Danger. So that I can deal with that Ancient Danger appropriately. Ideally, I'd like to sneak Day into the kitchen. Cool, yes. Let's go ahead and do it this way. Keep Leth away from the dogs. Well, alright. Brawler versus brawler then. Get him stunned. Alright, Day's down, but Leth should be... Oh, nose shattered. Gotta love permanent damage, right? I was just asked, can we vote to restart? Absolutely not. No. Not even something I'd consider. Alright, let's go consume a meal. Now you're beating up random bunnies. Cool. Construct the steel wall and rescue puppies. So what I need is animal sleeping spots. 1, 2, 3. A little club. And let's rescue the ones bleeding out quickest day, you're going to be the new doc. I guess you were a quack, so, you know, you're sort of a doc. 5 hours and 16 hours. I am tending to them in time. I want to get that revolver, but I also don't want to waltz out there and, you know, get Leth, who's been smashing small mammals. He's on his 6th mammal now. More transport pod crashes. Oh, Day wants to hide in room. Well, he's going to be stuck there. Mathematician. Up here, a pessimist, misandrist, bloodlust mathematician. That is one weird math they study. 0 is going to be tending to people. Leth is no longer berserk. In fact, he's no longer anything. He got smashed by an elk. He's out. Alright, we can remove the temporary walls. Mr. Chief, how is my battery doing? It's okay. It is worrying me, but it is okay currently. Alright, let's get access to the puppies. Leth's gonna get rescued. In fact, Zero, what you're gonna do is you're gonna run there, eat his food, equip his club, and then rescue him. So Day's out, but Day wasn't on a berserk, so far less of a threat. Alright, I'm gonna have Chief cook, because Chief is the best mood out of everyone at the moment. And thank you for the sub, Crazy Chris. Alright, so I have a medical emergency. The emergency is malnutrition. So Chief, let's go ahead and... There is food right here. Okay, Chief's gonna have to do some cooking. How bad is this malnutrition? 81%. That's lovely. Zero's leveling up in medical, thanks to the crazy amount of bashing that everyone has taken. How's Tony's? Malnutrition's pretty bad. Let's feed Trek so that Trek can get back on 2 feet. Zero's having a party. That's thoughtful, I guess. Zero's tending to Renee. I have a bunch of destroyed-tailed puppies now. Checking my own needs. Let's go ahead and... The food poisoning risk I have from all of this blood in this room is ridiculous. Alright, Trek is on his feet. Zero is going to destroy the legendary revolver. That's Grief's gift. There we go. No longer having a tantrum. I grabbed it from the clutches of destruction. I don't have a party spot. I don't feel really like partying. I'm probably just going to have mental breaks if I party, so it's probably best I don't. Chief, let's feed... Oh, Zero, let's feed him. Trek is on his feet, consuming fine meals. Tony going berserk. Okay, that was... Kind of saw that coming. Rescue and capture. I could freeze muffle meat. I could. I do not want to. I don't want there to be any reason for this door to open. In fact, I'm going to raise the temperature to the brink of thawing so that the battery isn't taxed. A little bit of muffalo meat isn't the worth of a sister. Unless, of course, you're a psychopath. So Chief now has the nuclear football, that being the legendary revolver. So let me switch that up. Chief, you get the bow. how are these puppies doing? They are out of the woods, but not really all that patched up. Break number 4? I don't know. I have a lot of breaks. Alright, Trek, you get to sleep not on the floor. Actually, maybe capture Tony. And then do it. Okay. So Leth can walk again. I don't know if that's a good thing. Depends what kind of mood he's in. Although Zero's healing up pretty good. Renee no longer incapable of walking. Okay, cool. I do still need to tend to some of these pups, though. Oh, look at you, Day. Alright, once we've tended to all wounds, that will be fantastic. I'll feel much better knowing that I'm heading in the right direction. Trek here. The ever-hungry gourmand. You know what? How about you go cook or something? So pretty soon I'm going to need to bury that corpse. Oh, and I waited too long on that muffalo. If you don't know what's going on right now, you really ought to watch the last few episodes on Twitch, because you're going to be confused. And I don't want to ruin anything for you. In addition, okay, so Leth is fully patched, Chief's fully patched. Who needs treatment? Just Day. I'm going to throw Day into the bed. And get him some tending. The sooner we tend, the sooner we get back on our feet. So let's go ahead. Trek, you're gourmand. I know you don't like to cook, but actually, right now, you might be the best one we got. So once we're patched up and not in pain and not hungry, our moods should turn around. So I'm just about out of battery juice, which means I need to start making progress towards Mr. Ancient Danger. So the thought I had here is simple. I will treat it the way I've treated all the others, which is just try to rush in there and trap, kill whatever's in there. Yeah, it's, again, much like last time, it is rushed, but I don't really see an alternative, given the lack of freezing I have here. I should clean my kitchen, yes. You're not wrong, but there is just so much I need to do. I think starving to death is a bigger risk at the moment. Okay, so I need someone that can mine. Day will mine, right? What I'm going to do, actually, is take everyone off of bed rest so that they're productive. I need productive pawns at the moment. As much as I'd like people laying about, I just can't afford it. So let's go ahead and bury the dead dude so he isn't a problem. She's spoiling in 18 hours. I have 18 hours to do what I need to do. So what I'm going to do is... two traps is going to have to do what I think is probably in this Ancient Danger. It's either some spiders or... some mechs. Either way, the solution's the same. Sort of bash them to death. Leth, where did your weapon... You traded weapons. Hold on. Yeah. 0. Leth. Alright, so as far as weapons go, I think we're back to kind of what we like. Death might be in the Ancient Danger, but for the sake of Yanshui, I push ever ahead. So what I'm going to do right now is cancel the mining of all of this pointless crap. I do have 3 traps in my kitchen, thank you. And Angelia, for reminding me of that. And then I have 2 out here. I have plenty of traps. Traps aren't so much the issue. It is just getting the mining done and getting the construction done. I'll do a reinstall. So what I need to do is Day needs to mine this out pronto. Now the other problem, of course, is going in there half-cocked. Yeah, I just need to open it. Now, her being a little rotten, I don't know the pure restrictions of the Resurrector Mech Serum, like how far gone a corpse can be. I'm not sure how rotten is too rotten, is I guess what I'm trying to say. Alright. Alright, so Day is lumbering towards his target. 0. You are probably more fleet of foot than your siblings, so let's work on that trap. Thank you for the warning of the ancient danger. Captain Obvious. Chief, can you mine? I mean, I don't know. You can. Making you. Either way. And then what I'll try is a bit of a trap tunnel. Tick-tock the clock. I am aware. If I can't do it, I can't do it. I mean, it's possible that that is the case. I'm just not sure. Now that, well, she's inside, so she's not deteriorating. It's actually colder outside than in. Which I'm not sure how that makes me feel. Alright. I digress. Let's just work on this trap tunnel. It's all that I can do to keep the dream alive of the whole family sticking together. I keep getting transport crashes. Why does the Storyteller think I need more people? Barry. Hello, Barry. As much as I'd like to be bringing on slaves, it's just too much strain. Day, you left? Don't forget the double bed. Yes, I know. Alright, 0. I'm gonna have you install that. In a second. Meat is rotting away, that's fine. Alright, Chief needs R&R. I don't want another psychotic break incident. One, 2. Okay, the Storyteller, yes. We've got spoils in 19 hours because she's refrigerated. Thank you, temperature drop. Forgiving, for sure. Okay, I don't want them stepping on those traps much longer. I think we're best off giving everyone some sleep. And then, of course, the double bed. truck, get out of that. Catatonic. Alright. Well, that's a mental break, I guess, of sorts. Well, if it gets any colder, she'll be frozen again. That'd be really, really nice. The malnutrition's been coming down. Which is good. A lot of the wounds have been coming down. And we have a little bit of meals. I will need to do some more hunting. Ooh, truck's already hunting elk. At least it's standing alone. Alright. What kind of time do I have on the clock? 9 hours? Alright. The healthiest pawn I have is 0. But it's not the most armored. So what I think I'm going to do here is... Leth, you're going to have to lend your armor up a moment. Alright, Mr. Zero. Trap that up. And Day. Who's faster? Leth barely moves. So, Day, trap that up. Few items to trade. Well, unless that item is resurrection. Not all that interested. Okay. Come on, Day, hurry up. Well, here we go. It is Lancers. Dumb Lancers, I love it. And we have a whole lot of artifacts in here. And we have the one we need. So all I need is this stupid Lancer to get himself killed. Which I think should be pretty easy. We're good, we're good. We're in business, we're in business. Use. You. Run, 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 run. No, 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 not that way, not that way, not that way. The last thing I need is for you to kill yourself. How did I know? I didn't. That actually had a lot of stuff in it. This one could have a res mech serum too. I'm definitely going to want to clear that out. Will I hit the time? Oh boy. Use. On. Let's allow the door. On Yan Shui. And then actually, Day, could you just use the Soother? I think everyone could benefit from that. Zero's fully healed. So Soother has been used. She just started rotting. I hope it doesn't hurt. I missed it by like an hour, man. Just an hour. She's alive. She doesn't have any sort of brain damage yet. Whether she gets that, I don't know. Whew. Wow. Let's not ever have to do that again. Alright, let's get a bed for ourselves. Put Zero and Day in one bed. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't do that. I keep assigning it, but they keep thinking that I don't know what I'm doing. So... then, of course, there's whoever's in these caskets. The Insanity Lance will be nice for raiders. So, caskets, yes. What I'm going to do is just repurpose the materials I have available to me to prep the caskets And I really desperately need to hunt elk. Whatever happened to the elk there? Oh, you bet they're... Okay, well, thank you for being honest. Let's see. I don't... There is an elk out here that's, like, wounded to death. I think Trek shot it and walked away. But let's hunt buck and doe. They don't have a want to murder me mechanic. Well, that the mix between catharsis and the weird, funny feelings that we have now, I gotta say that we've done pretty well bringing everyone back from the brink. I am a little... Yeah, let's just say I have some heartburn from the amount of heavy lifting that was just required. Oh, great. So there's rotten corpses here. My delicate mood being destroyed by these inconsiderate body bags falling from the sky. Yeah, I didn't realize the magic cold box would ever play that kind of important role, but cool. Kept her on the ice just long enough to not cause me to lose a sibling. All right. Everything is finally, the dust is settling, right? Am I going to break the cryosleep caskets? Yeah, absolutely. But when I'm ready, when I'm nice and healed, in case they pose a threat or a fight or whatever's in them. You know. Going off half-cocked is bad. Antigrain warhead. That's interesting. And they want what for it? Oh, they're just saying that there's items there. Who carries tactical nukes? Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Who knows? Why would you know where a tactical nuke is and not want it for yourself? I don't know. So now Trek's the only one that's... Well, no, Let's wounded too. Alright, so the best I can do cook-wise, what I really need to do is, I'm going to temporarily repurpose my kitchen because it will stay nice and sterile. Who are you feeding? Yanshui? That's very, very sweet of you. Your dead sister. Now, the other huge benefit is I'm not going to have problems with the dead sibling thing. Alright, so let's copy the settings here and paste them over. Yeah, Randy does feel bad, and I think he is giving gifts. You're certainly not wrong about that. Alright, stockpile. Paste settings. Food 2, because, you know, whatever. Get rid of that. What was this? Butcher. Yep, get rid of that. And here, butcher. For preferred, for fresh animal corpses that are not insects. Harvesting birch tree. I think it's too cold for rice. That means that pretty much all of my calories have to come from meat or whatever berries are left on the map. Is this a different biome than last time? Yes, it is. It's not the same map. The sort of story behind this is that Grief, the mysterious stranger that has rescued us, carried everyone here to rescue them. and as such, it is not the same area. It's not the same map. Everything's a little bit different. So the best cook I've got is still Yan Shui, but I guess when not Yan Shui, Trek. And we have a raid. You know, y'all didn't give me a lot of time. Well, this dude is a quack mole. Did we meet Grief? Yes. If you watch the finale of The Hunters, you have met him. This dude has a little knife. Cute. Trek has something more powerful than a little knife. Will we meet Grief again? I don't know. I don't know if he's going to turn up. Maybe he'll turn up when his shrine is done. Or some other milestone. Or when my mission's done. Where? Oh, so he's just standing around doing nothing. He's not attacking yet. Day. I want Mr. Day here to mine. Zero looks pretty cool in that getup there, like a toque and the steel plate. I really ought to give that back to Leth, but Leth just looks pretty Spartan with that cowboy hat and the pink parka. Don't want to ruin that look. Chief is catatonic. Good for you. Trek is healing. Everyone has like muffalo wounds. You're still malnourished. So much malnourishment. Alright, so fine meals drop. And only allow 8 or above. Simple meals drop. Only allow 8 or above. So, the advantage of being cooking in here is another anti-grain warhead. What is going on? There's like a Iranian nuclear deal going on or something. Maybe Russian expats fleeing with their, Okay, so here's the assault. Trek is probably the only one required to defend against this assault. Yep. Oh, shot a toe off. This little piggy went to the grave. And he's just straight dead. No slavery for me, just straight death. Will Yan Shui be cooking more exotic meat now that she's back from the dead? You know, I don't know if tribals really understand death. They might have just thought that she was sleeping for a good long time, like Sleeping Beauty. Yeah, maybe she'll come back. I don't know. Alright, so these puppies are getting healed. Oh, it's warm enough to start sowing crops. Probably a bad idea on September 5th. But what do I know? Now, luckily, because we're heading into the winter, we will be able to preserve some food. Additionally, I want a steel tailor. I never made one of these, right? No, I didn't. Okay. No, I did, actually. Yeah, right. We just never got around to it because I got busy dying. That's right. The deaths. Thank you for nothing. Mood can't change while catatonic. Yes. When you're sleeping or catatonic or unconscious, if you've lost consciousness in some way, including sleeping, moods are stagnant. So he should be way up here for mood, but obviously that's not going to be the case because he's just laying there unconsciously. Okay. Now, I have a little bit of granite. I haven't made any progress down here, but that could be... I mean, that's not in any way urgent. I should probably start hauling this in. The Luciferium, of course, quite powerful stuff. In fact, if any of you guys want to take Luciferium, like... if you have a named pawn in the series and you want to be a Lucy addict, I could do that. I'm not saying it's necessarily a great idea, but it is an idea. Alright, so I'm going to No, you know what? I'm not going to deconstruct that door. Yan Shui is res sick. That's okay. That's how she came into this world. She's probably pretty familiar with the condition. You do have to have a constant supply of Lucy. You're not wrong about that. I would have to do some Ancient Danger raiding or something like that. You don't need a whole lot of it, though, to keep going. It doesn't take much. And then, of course, I will be raiding a lot of pirates, and they might have some, too. Alright, I'm going to start building again. Day here is going to get some berries. Actually, let me zoom out to the 39,000 feet view and queue up blueberries, or whatever kind of berries they are. Also, it looks like all these elk are pretty close. Let's just hope they don't all raffle stomp me. I'm grabbing berries so I can make fine meals out of them. My moods have been pretty recovering, though. Alright, Mr. Trek is still cooking. It will soon fall to Yan Shui, which will be good. Probably worth 0 going melee if I go, or what I mean, the right person to be a brawler, I would say probably Day would be the right one to go melee if I was to put money on it being a fast walking brawler. Day would be the best candidate. Has Yan Shui's skills dropped? Not that I can see. Intellectually and cooking both just about where she was, I think. So the biggest advantage for someone to go brawler, actually Leth could go because of Shattered Nose, but actually Lucy I don't think heals Shattered Noses. I'm not sure about that. I'd have to look that up again. Usually it's scars, permanent scars. So no one has one at the moment. So no one would benefit from Luciferium as a result. Except for, you know, the combat benefits of Luciferium and the productivity benefits. Alright, back to hunting elk. Hopefully far more successfully than the Muffalo. And we're stocking up for food. I really want to get a nice calorie bank going on so that I can survive the winter. I think the nose got fixed from Healer Mech Serum, though, which is not the same. In the Desert series, that was a comment just now, if you're wondering what I'm talking about. Alright, Tony, your hypothermia is serious. You know, it's 57 in this room now with the torch, so you're fine. I might want to... Oh, someone just got fully trained in hauling. So, pets. Unrestricted. As soon as they're fully trained, I will unrestrict them. Yeah, I don't really care where they go, as long as they're helping me to haul. Alright, we are cutting a lot of trees down. It'd be nice to have Chief. He was like the workhorse of the group, doing a lot of the construction, so having him out of commission definitely hurts. But look at Swizzle being helpful here. Quack is fully healed. Paint zone so they can't get into the kitchen. Yeah, I should. What I think I'm going to do instead is put fine meals there and simple meals here. Wow, that is a crazy amount of gifting tier 1 subs. What are you doing, aggro? Santa Claus coming to town. Wow. Thank you there. It's a little distracting, but yeah. Fine meals and simple meals. So what I'll do is I'll paint it so they can't get to the meals. It's fine if they eat, like, the raw meat or whatever. But yeah, I wanted to keep them away from everything else. There is a shower of gifted subs going on. All the more reason to watch this live, mind you. Because obviously if you're watching it on YouTube, you don't get the full effect. The conversation, the generosity. And the starvation, apparently. Jesus. Guys, your sister just came back from the dead. Oh, she is capable of walking now. Alright, well clearly she's the zombie. Not the plague doctor. She did so much work keeping everyone alive during that stupid plague, and now she succumbed to it in a different way. Alright, so we're cooking fine meals. There is a very limited amount of berries I'm going to be able to field, so most of what I'm going to do is simple meals. Yeah, Yan Shui did die and came back to life faster than Chief regained consciousness. Oh my goodness, again more gifted subs from Veggie Lover. So many subs are now sitting in this channel, watching me struggle. You all told me to restart. I think I'm doing pretty well. In fact, I'm doing so well, I potentially have some allies sitting in these ancient cryosleep caskets, right? So here's the thing. I plan on having these cryosleep caskets be pawns of my subs, but now a lot of you have been gifted subs, so that complicates it a little bit. But regardless, I have coded some of them already to be the subscribers that are subscribed onto Twitch. But if you want them to be specifically designed after your likeness, you'll have to let me know. What I'm going to do after this episode, stick around and I will tell you how to get a pawn of your likeness into the series. What I mean is, all of the pawns I have up here, except for Day, Zero, Trek, Chief, Leth, and Yan Shui are all patrons of mine on Patreon. And they designed these pawns. So, Zero, for instance, wanted to be a psychopath, fast learner, hard worker. Actually, didn't design it exactly like this, but everyone else here, like Leth, for instance, designed his pawn to be like this. And he's actually shown up in other series, as has Trek. Trek in other series has a... Somehow he is older than he is old. Okay, that confuses me, but he's clearly a time traveler. Trek has a history of dying in my series early, and sort of awfully. As does Zero, for that matter. So, hopefully they don't join the ongoing accidents that I have. I'm doing my best to try to keep everyone alive, but that last episode really put me to the test, basically having everyone be more or less unconscious from the plague and and getting stomped to death by essentially just white bison. So the advantage of this is there's potentially up to 5 tribal members in there, and then this looks huge, so I don't even know how many are in there, but what I'm going to do is have every single person that pops out of the cryosleep caskets be a family member, which means I have to take much care to not get them killed, which is something I'm having to do in my Tomb World series that is obviously not on Twitch. Okay, so Renee here is fully trained. I did set up the meals and then, like, kind of didn't do anything with it. So let's go ahead and... New area. Pet zone. The pet zone is this. It's this, but inverted. And... put everyone else on pet zones. So how many people can join these series? So the idea that I had is any Ancient Danger I open up can join the series. And then if I have rescue requests, which at the moment I have none, I can have the rescuee like the incapacitated refugee or whatever, also be a family member, which is a really good way to introduce more people and quickly. All right, so what I'm going to do here is when I do a fine meal, ingredient radius I'm going to reduce. I don't want to go traveling all over the world for berries. I'll just make simple meals. I'll be able to make a lot more meals that way. So I'm just about on my hour. Yeah, Klein reminded me the clock is ticking. I do hope that all of my fellow Americans in this channel have had a wonderful 4th. I certainly have, with all of the contributions that you made to the channel, allowing Twitch to take off as it is. It's definitely awesome. I do have a new Twitch series that I have in mind. I haven't really fully fleshed out the idea, but it will be a more European-friendly time. That is for sure. So we're talking probably midday, weekends, something like that. Where are you taking this battery? Oh, whoops. Jeez. I hope no one's been stocking stuff over there. Oh, because this stockpile is full. Okay, I'm getting really sidetracked here, but yeah, a very European, time-friendly stream so that all the people over in Europe don't have to stay up till like 2 in the morning, which is really not that great. Okay, we do have Luciferium that we want to haul back, and then, of course, the advanced component. I have no idea what to do with it. Crazy Chris, are you asking what I want? I want you all to just have a fun time in the channel and do what you want. I know that I try to keep up with sort of the latest drama of YouTube and Twitch, and cringe anytime a streamer like begs people for money or has some sort of I don't know. It's just bad form. I don't like how a presenter like me could treat you all so poorly. I'm only doing this because you're here. So watch, if you want to use ad blockers, watch my stuff, use ad blockers. I'm not against that kind of stuff. I get it. I'm just trying to have the most fun I can have, and any contributions whatsoever are greatly appreciated. But, you know, I'm never going to ask for handouts, because that's ridiculous. I hate when people do it, because it's just bad form. All right, Chief. I have a job for Chief now that he's on 2 feet, which is to start crafting clothing. Oh, my goodness. We have been wearing the same clothing. Actually, almost everyone is in their own death shrouds. Now that I think about it. A death shroud being the clothes that you're buried in. Pretty much every single person in this lineup right now was buried in these clothing, except for Zero. But Zero, in fact, is wearing someone else's death shroud because he swapped clothing with Leth. Will the next RimWorld Twitch... will the next series have RimWorld Twitch integration? I haven't even really fully decided that it will be Twitch. Or, sorry, RimWorld. But I want to integrate as much as I can. And then I'm also thinking about a multiplayer series, one where patrons and subs will play alongside. But of course, RimWorld does go multiplayer, but it's really not the most ideal game to have multiplayer mode, given its multiplayer is modded and not so stable. But things to think about for sure. I also need to think about putting clothes on Tony and getting him to market. Well, guys, that's maybe all the time I have, but I will stick around to answer any sort of questions that you have. Everyone is standing. Everyone is on 2 feet. At the start of this episode, I had maybe like 1 or 2 barely conscious pawns, and everyone else was down, and everyone had the plague and, like, the flu. And now, all of us are alive. Leth is almost fully healed. And we're only really down 1 nose, I think. I think Chief lost a ring finger and Leth lost a nose, and that is the extent of the permanent damages that I've suffered. But if you do have tips, tricks, feedback, suggestions for mods, suggestions for series, anything of that nature, all you got to do is let me know. I'm very amenable, as you all may know. Any suggestions I try to fulfill. Pretty soon here, in the next week or two, you'll be seeing a new Twitch series, a new regular video-on-demand YouTube series of a new game that has been suggested time and time again. And as always, thank you for watching. I'll catch you all later. Adios.